Well, these are opportunities of a lifetime, and what can I say when you have Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar sitting right in front of you? Sachin, I don't want to introduce you anymore and waste more airtime. What I'll say is just go straight to you. It's a partnership that you've done with DP World. Over the years, what do you think have been the attributes of brand Sachin, and what is it that you do when you look at partnering with brands?
I started long time ago. I started my first shoot was, if I'm not mistaken, was way back in 1989 or beginning of 1990. So fair amount of experience and you learn a lot. I mean, over a period of time, though this is not my profession, but when you go on shoots, you learn a lot of things. You pick a lot of things and you understand. I always believe 50% knowledge is slightly dangerous, but when it comes to picking brands, something that is really important to us as a team at SRTSM, which manages me, is are we creating positive impact on society? Is it a meaningful relationship that we are likely to enter into? What is the end goal? Is the partner committed to be on that journey for a long time? X number of years are required to bring in that change. Because that one change which is extremely important to us and dear to us is to transform our nation from a sports loving nation to a sports playing nation. So, we have a tendency to sit back and relax and just clap for others, and this is exactly what my coach told me. Wow. That you should not be clapping for others, they should come and clap for you. Yeah, they should cheer you, and that is exactly what my message to all countrymen would be. We need not become professional athletes, but we could be active individuals engaging ourselves in some sporting activity. It's about a healthy nation, like how we say Swachh Bharat के साथ स्वस्थ भारत भी बनाएं.
That's incredible, and the thing that you're talking about, preparation, meticulous, that is you. Talking about disruptive initiatives, we see a container behind us. Normally you would see this at, shipping terminals and ports, etc., or maybe on top of trains. This is a container which contains kit bags, and it's like a dugout in itself.
This container will have, they're going to, over the next 5 years, DP World will install 50 of these across the globe, and each container will have 250 kits.
Wow.
So youngsters are going to benefit, which is fabulous. When I looked at this container, the scoreboard there, and it also becomes a dressing room.
Yes.
It took me back to my school days, a small tent.
It's still the same. It is still the same, not just your school days.
We enjoyed ourselves,
yes,
but I think now with I think the introduction of WPL, yes, Women's IPL, cricket is becoming more and more global sport. And in our country, we saw that fabulous response to WPL. Number of young girls have started picking up a cricket bat. They also want to
yes,
have a chance to play WPL. They aspire to play for India. To have a safe place to be able to change, prepare themselves before they go out to play, I think it's really important. So pre-match, during the game, and post-match, a safe environment to change, to use. I think that is really, really important. That got me excited. I think now we are talking about equal opportunities. Because it is not just on the field once you've crossed the rope. It is also after you've crossed the boundary. On the other side of the field, what we provide to all young boys and girls, I think needs to be good.
That's an incredible insight that you brought, and that's gotten me excited as well, because when we thought of tents, etc., we just thought of men playing cricket, boys playing cricket, but with this equal opportunity coming in, this would be disruptive. You spoke about logistics, you spoke about how things are moved from one place to the other. There was an interesting commonality that I found between both logistics and cricket. What everyone sees is what is delivered on the field. What people don't see is the preparation.
Correct.
Tell us a little about how you would both physically and mentally prepare for each of the games, each of the series? How would it work?
Yeah, let me start with, I was just shooting a commercial for DP World, and then I got to know much more than what a common man would know. How they transport things and what are the things that they transport. And it baffled me. It was a learning experience for me, interesting shoot. And when it comes to cricket, my own preparation, of course, I mean, you study the opposition, their strengths and their weaknesses. Each side would always have one key bowler, one strike bowler. What are his strong areas and what are his weaker areas? You study all those things, the conditions that you are likely to encounter. So, for example, when we were playing in India against Australia, this was a long time ago in 1998, I knew that Shane Warne was going to be their strike bowler, and there weren't many spinners who were bowling round the wicket into the rough to pick wickets. In the rough, many guys executed that plan, but that was to slow down the game.
Yeah.
If they are not able to get the batters out, then at least don't allow them to score freely. Slow down the game. Those kind of things. But Warne was one of those bowlers who bowled round the wicket to pick wickets. So to practice against him, to be able to bat well, to have multiple options, what are my scoring options, what are my defensive options. I had to practice, I had to prepare myself because no one had done that to me before. And then I prepared.
And we all know what
there are a
happened
number
after
of
that.
guys who helped me, cricketers from Mumbai like Sairaj Bahutule, Nilesh Kulkarni, many other spinners turned up and they bowled to me. And when I went to Chennai, L.S. Sivaramakrishnan also gave me practice. So all these guys were around me to help. But without that preparation, things would have been different.
And then the first ball that came around, you just tonked it over for a six.
Then your natural instincts take over.
Exactly.
But anything that you wish to do on the field, there has to be some logic behind that, and more so, good preparation.
You're the one person I know against Pakistan in Century in 2003. You actually studied the way the grass on the ground was moving as well. You said that yahan third man mein zyada runs aayenge because the grass is pointed towards this side. I know of a bunch of interesting packages that you've received in your life. One would be obviously the letters that came in from Anjali. The other one would be a pair of leg
Those
guards
days there were no mobiles and no emails and all that. There were letters.
And then ahead of your last game, I remember you were desperately waiting for the stickers of your new bat to come,
Correct.
which had the India insignia on it. What a beautiful
Absolutely.
looking bat. Are there any other important packages in your life?
There has to be one where it was possibly one of my favorite bats.
The one that you made the most amount of
Maybe
runs with?
I would rate that bat among the top 2 or 3.
Wow.
And I'd seen that bat earlier, but the shape and the weight was not according to my liking. It just needed some adjustment. And so I told a bat manufacturer, I need these changes in the bat, and quickly send the bat to me. We were, if I'm not mistaken, we were playing against Australia in Hyderabad, and I hadn't played a single ball with that bat. And in the middle of the match, I changed the bat and I got that bat out, and I scored some runs. The bat was beautiful bat. I mean, I played with that for almost 2 years, but the parcel had just reached before the game started. So, you can well imagine how important these parcels are. If they reach you in time, it gives you a lot of satisfaction.
Sachin, this has been an honor and a pleasure speaking with you. You speak about parcels coming to you in time. There's always been hullabaloo around you. How do you maintain your calm and how do you stay so patient?
I think it has to come from my parents, because I was a naughty kid and they never lost their cool. Now that I have 2 children, Sara and Arjun, I mean, I wonder how they would have, how they were able to keep their calmness and patience and, that composure to have a brat like me around. It wasn't easy for my parents, but they were patient. It has to come from them.
They just gave the brat a bat. Sachin, thank you so much.
Lovely.
This was incredible. Wish you good luck, and more importantly, wish Team India good luck for the World Cup.
Always, all the very best.